Was a girl running in a group. She had a high-speed motor in a 40 Ford coupe. She had a racing cam and a supercharged. Look at Buddy, hot rod and large. She's a hot rod. She's a hot rod.
We're talking about the car business, and I got tons. I killed about 10 trees making all this week. There's just so much here to talk about. And it's going to be that way until we get through this thing. And it's just the way it is. It's really touch and go. Some of the things in Detroit or whatever don't stop, okay? They don't quit. The owners of 2 General Motors dealerships in Michigan are suing the automaker and GM Financial, alleging unfair termination of their floor plan agreements and racial discrimination. Here we go. The R card is out. The federal lawsuit says 2 GM executives accused one of the stores, Superior Buick GMC in Dearborn, Michigan, of breaching its franchise agreement, but get this, by letting numerous customers receive discounts by falsely claiming to be related to a GM employee or retiree. It's the old company plan. Ford has that too. The dealership, which has many Arab American customers, lost sales because GM imposed on its buyers an intimidating approval process for the family discounts, the suit says. In other words, and I guess that's just going to have to be the way it is. Oh yeah, this is the dealers, Tanya and Bassam Robin, are seeking damages of $10 million in this lawsuit to make up for lost profit plus legal fees, according to Len Belvaya, one of their lawyers. This, I tell you what, it's just the way it is, that it's going to be that way. It's going to happen, and everything is going round and round and round. They cheated. They got caught. Now they want to sue because they got caught. What are we talking about? Well, it's the third time in a week Ford has been forced to temporarily idle production at a plant for deep cleaning after a worker was found to have the virus. Here we go. Ford, in a statement Tuesday, said it would clean and disinfect the employees' work area, equipment, and area they walked around while on the job. The company is also notifying any of those who were in close contact with the person and asking them to self-quarantine for 14 days. This happened right here in Chicago, I know. Last week, Ford had to temporarily halt at the Chicago plant, I told you Chicago, after 2 workers were tested positive. The plant was again shut down a day later due to a part shortage after a nearby Lear Corporation seating plant went down for cleaning due to an employee testing positive. Lear's right there in Hammond, right down 165th Street. Also last week, Ford sent workers at a Dearborn, Michigan truck plant home early after a worker there tested positive. Ford resumed production at most North American plants on May 18th. I thought they had this huge screening thing. Eric, they had this tent out there, and they're gonna take your temperature, and they zap you, and they do everything.
They do all these type of things. Put the new one, the swab up your nose. You know what? It's weird because we would have thought that, hey, we found a solution, everything's getting back to normal, so on and so forth, and we need, the car business to be out there sooner rather than later. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm not saying they rushed it, but at the same time they kind of were like prematured in their thought process.
Some people are not paying attention. Even if they're symptomatic, they're going to work. They're not caring.
Or maybe they just didn't know.
Well, they could have not known, but
because sometimes I think you don't really necessarily have to have a fever in order for you to have the virus, as long as you just have some type of the symptoms. So that's part of the issue too, as well. A lot of people don't know. And
I suppose you're right. I just can't imagine how somebody got through all that testing, and they should have zapped him and said, "Whoa, he's got the COVID.
Right.
You're out the door."
And and it's a very tricky situation because again, you're only going by what you can do and what's given to you.
I suppose you're right.
You can only take your temperature once, and if it's below 100 and I think what was it 100 and 101, 102, 101, 102.
I just know that Henry Ford's rolling over in his grave. He would never stop the assembly line for nothing. People died on his assembly line, and he never shut it down.
I've read some stories about that.
He was a gruesome man. So I don't know. It's just they shut down the whole plant because 2 guys got sick. Yow.
Yeah.
Hey, priorities are unchanged at GM. This is according to this Barry Engel, cool guy. Before the coronavirus outbreak hit in the U.S. in March, General Motors' North American team had 4 major initiatives for the year: grow retail share, prepare for an electric vehicle future, improve dealer relations, and enhance their customer experience. Dealer relations would be nice. The crisis led to plunging sales, significant financial losses, and a nearly 2-month production shutdown. Okay, but despite the business strain, GM has barely adjusted its to-do list, said Barry Engel, GM's president of North America. They are rocking and rolling, and they're going after it, and they have not changed one bit. They have not given in to the virus. They have not given anything in to the virus. Well, it's sad to say, but Hertz Rent-A-Car is a mess. Hertz Global Holdings filed for bankruptcy in Delaware last week after sweeping travel restrictions and the drooping economy ruined the demand for rental cars. The bankruptcy was filed as Chapter 11, which will allow Hertz to keep operating while it figures out a plan to pay its creditors and turn the business around. The filing will cover Hertz holdings in the United States and Canada, but not the rest of the world, like Europe, Australia. You know, it's Hertz is huge. Hertz is just huge. And to have a company like Hertz file for bankruptcy, not good. Not good at all. The Nissan, oh wait, I didn't finish. Hertz operations include, now this is all, everything is Chapter 11, all these guys. The Hertz Corporation, Dollar Rent-A-Car, Thrifty Rent-A-Car, Firefly, I don't even know what that is, Hertz Car Sales, and Donlin, and I don't know what that is either. While the filing numbers show about $25.5 billion in assets, and they have $24.4 billion in debts. This is a close one, guys. They, they got bills to pay, and they got $1 billion could be 2 weeks worth of salary for Hertz. They're huge, they're absolutely huge. The Nissan Alliance Partnership, Renault and Mitsubishi, are involved in trying to jumpstart their merger negotiations amid some very trying times. This week they had a 3-day rollout of their midterm business plans that will include plant closures, layoffs, and billions of dollars in cost cutting. All 3 are expected to report losses. This merger was coming up, and they were supposed to merge with Peugeot, I believe, Nissan, Mitsubishi, Puzo. And they were going to merge with FCA. Chrysler wanted in their face, and it just isn't working. It's not going to happen. Just trust me, it's not going to happen. That merger's dead. I'll guarantee it's dead. And you know what? Who cares? It's a bunch of losers merging. I don't care. The face of automobile retail, and I wrote this myself, automotive retail and wholesale is likely change forever thanks to our COVID-19. First and foremost, the reopening of retail is going to depend on geography and the pandemic's hold on that region today. Not tomorrow, today. Because this thing is unpredictable, this virus. And what was unsafe yesterday is okay today. And social distancing is going to make that old sales pitch tough at best. You're not going to have people swarming through. You're going to have the guy with the black and white shoes, that, the fancy shirt and the fancy coat, take you in the office, sit you down, and just run you through the mill and try and get everything he can out of you, and then call in his boss and call in the finance guy. And boy, those days are over, I believe. It's not going to be that way. They can't have a test at every dealership to make sure that you're safe. If you're going to walk in there, they're going to try and sell you a car, but they're going to have to stay away from you. They can't get close to you. The sales force of the future will be more computer savvy than slick tongue, but still product trained and able to answer a variety of the questions you might have. Finance acceptance will take 10 minutes, and the endless hours required to close on your dream vehicle will be quick and painless. The days are going to be over with the 10 papers. It's like signing for a house. I just bought a car, and it was like 3 weeks ago. And the guy brought out all the papers. I didn't sign that many papers when I bought my first house. That's insane. Of course, my first house didn't cost what this car cost. I guarantee you. However, Depending on factory restrictions and sales numbers, you can plan on the base prices to rise. Oh yeah, to meet the extra costs of your new vehicle. Plus, with the new sales slumping, watch the prices of quality used units. Used cars are going to go. Your car guy, that's me, predicts that by the end of the summer, we will know we're going to know what all this is going to play out. You got to stay tuned, guys, because it's coming around, and we're going to see what happens. It's all based on if this happens and this happens, if this happens, then this happens. It's pretty crazy, but we got to watch the sales. And if people aren't buying new cars, the used car business, is that going to be lucrative to be in? Oh, it's going to be tremendous. All right, we were talking about car sales. If you need to call me, 928 Car Guys. Speaking of car and truck sales, which we were, in a study completed by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, IIHS, 3 out of 4 new car dealers could accurately identify new safety features aimed at making today's new vehicles safer for teenage drivers, but only after being questioned by shoppers to identify them. And most of the information was rather vague. In other words, if you buy a car and didn't read your owner's manual, you don't know nothing about it. You don't know if it's safe to drive or not. It's crazy. I have all this on my car. This new stuff, it's crazy. Vehicle monitoring systems can improve the driving behavior of teens and reassure their parents, keeping Junior in line. In a study, 40 salespeople were interviewed at Rockville, Maryland at a Ford, Chevrolet, Kia, and Hyundai, 10 from each dealer, and found them to be uninformed of these systems and not liable to use them in their sales pitch. Why wouldn't you? Which begs the question, how much cash do these add to the cost of the vehicle? I'd like to know. And how many of us with no kids are paying for unused safety features on our new car and truck? I mean, if there's stuff for teenagers, what do I need that for? I quit driving like that a couple years ago. I'm behaving myself now. When I had my last Hemi, I quit driving like that. When I got rid of the Hemi, that was when I was. She who will be obeyed said, "The Hemi's got to go, big boy. You're going to end up in a Huskow."
What, 2 years ago?
Yeah, about 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I was driving like a kid again. It was fun. The best car to buy, I always tell my customers, if you're going to keep a car a long time, the best car to buy for you is the car with the best warranty. You want to look at guarantees and warranties and powertrains and stuff like that. I've got a list here of the best warranties and coverages, just the best doggone coverages going for the new cars for 2020. And all but 2 of them are imports. American cars, apparently the Americans don't feel very good about their car. Number 1, Hyundai Genesis. Basic coverage is 5 years, 60,000. Powertrain is 10-year, 100,000 miles. Corrosion damage, 7-year unlimited mileage. And roadside assistance, 5-year unlimited mileage. Wow. 5 years of roadside assistance. I think that's great. Mitsubishi, here again, 5 years, 60,000. Powertrain, 1010 or 10100. Corrosion, 7-year, 100,000 miles. And roadside assistance, 5-year unlimited miles. Wow. And that's the Mitsubishi. Kia, basic coverage, 560. Powertrain, 10100. Corrosion, 5-year, 100. Roadside, 5 years, 60,000. All this roadside. And I can tell you something else. There's a couple of these you're going to really like. Jaguar, I don't know if you'd like Jaguar. I wouldn't buy one. But basic coverage is 560. Powertrain, 560. Corrosion, 6-year unlimited. But their scheduled maintenance and roadside assistance, 5 years, 60,000. So not just roadside assistance, but all your scheduled oil changes are free for 5 years or 60,000 miles. Now that's a little better. Infinity, basic coverage, 4 years, 60,000. Powertrain, 6 years, 70,000. Corrosion, 7-year unlimited. Roadside assistance, 4-year unlimited. Now, Volkswagen, they are big on this stuff. Basic coverage, 4-year, 50. Powertrain, 450. Corrosion, 7-year, 100. Roadside assistance, 3 years. But now scheduled maintenance, 2 years or 20,000 miles. So for 2 years, all your maintenance is free on a Volkswagen. BMW and Mini Cooper. I don't like those cars. 4-year 50 on the basic coverage, bumper to bumper. Powertrain, 4-year 50,000. Corrosion, 12 years, unlimited. Wow, 12 years. Any kind of rust on that, you take it in, they'll fix it. Roadside Assistance, 4 years unlimited. That's nice. Scheduled maintenance, 3 years, 36,000 miles. They'll take care of everything that you need for anything that's in a scheduled maintenance handbook, part of your owner's manual. Volvo, 4-year 50,000 on the basic coverage. Powertrain, 4-year 50,000. Corrosion, 12 years unlimited. They feel good, pretty good about their cars, I guess. 4-year unlimited on the roadside assistance, and scheduled maintenance for 3 years, 36,000. You don't pay for anything. Tire rotations, oil changes, whatever they're scheduled, they will do. Lincoln, an American car. What do you know? 4-year, 50,000 mile basic bumper to bumper coverage. Powertrain, 6-year, 70,000 miles. That's engine, transmission, rear axle, differential. Corrosion, 5 years, unlimited miles. Roadside assistance, unlimited for the original owner. So if you're the original owner of this car, if you have this thing for 20 years, they will come and get you. Wow. Roadside assistance. Scheduled maintenance, 4 years, 50,000. Black label rims only. That's a certain kind of Lincoln, but 4 years, 50,000 miles. They take care of all the basics. They do everything for you. I can't believe that. The roadside assistance, unlimited for the person that buys the car. Man, I wonder if I got that on my Ford. Cadillac, no, another American-made car. Yay! Basic coverage, 4-year, 50,000. Powertrain, 6-year, 70,000. Corrosion, 4-year, 50,000. I guess they don't think so much of their bodies. Roadside assistance, 6-year, 70,000. And scheduled maintenance, 1 year, 12,000 miles. They'll take care of the oil changes. That'll be like 3 oil changes, I think, and that's it, or 2 oil changes. Alfa Romeo, why? Why is this even on my list? Who put this on my list, Eric? Come on. Basic coverage, 4-year, 50,000. Powertrain, 4-year, 50,000. Corrosion, 5-year unlimited. Who cares? Roadside assistance, 4-year unlimited, and scheduled maintenance for 1 year or 10,000 miles. Who puts 10? I don't put 10,000 miles on in 3 years. Lexus. This is 4-year, 50,000 basic. Powertrain, 670. Corrosion, 4-year, 50. Roadside assistance, 4 years, unlimited mileage, and scheduled maintenance for 6 months and 5,000 miles. That's a little more realistic for people that are driving cars. But these are the cars with the best coverages that if you buy them, you can sleep at night. Of course, you're going to pay for brake jobs and you're going to pay for oil changes. Well, not necessarily for 2 or 3 years anyway, but you're going to pay for the different things. Brakes wear out, clutches wear out, things wear out. Okay, bulbs that break, they're going to pop. Things wear out, tires wear out. You can't help that. But if something in that car breaks, and especially if that expensive engine takes a dive on you, or transmission, it's covered. We're putting a Mustang engine in our shop right now. It's like $7,600 for a brand new, and we had to get the motor from Ford. Jasper didn't make it. That's what kind of motor that is. Jasper won't rebuild it, or remanufacture it. So anyway, you're talking big bucks. So the warranty coverage on and that's free. These are not extended warranties. These come with the car when you buy them. That's part of the agreement. And then you'll see it in black and white if you read all those little things they make you sign, you could see it. But come on, Eric, who wants to see all that?
Yeah, I don't think nobody would.
You know how long that would take to read that stuff? Yeah, I'd be there for 2 days signing on my car.